Hey, welcome back to PEP. I'm Sean Donovan, and I'm a vegetarian health advocate who has a secret. And that secret is, I love fast food. Now, is that an oxymoron, or am I a total moron? Watch the following video and decide for yourself. Oh, and don't forget to take the validation quiz when you're done. All right, on to one of my favorite segments here. And guys, I got a confession to make. You know, y'all probably think of me as this health guru and all, but I love fast food. I am a fast food junkie. And I'm going to explain it to you right now. Raise your hand if you've eaten fast food in the last week. Any fast food? Ah, you're picking up on it. Any food that was fast. Raise your hand if you've eaten any food that was fast in the last week. So I asked you guys earlier, you know, how many of you drove to work in a car, own a car, put gas in a car? A car runs on gas, right? A car needs fuel to be able to start and drive. And our bodies need fuel as well. So let me ask you a question. If I had gas available to you and I could give it to you at half price and I could give it to you super fast and you could just pull up and I could throw it in your car at half price, but the gas had a bunch of garbage in it, like maybe it was a little watered down, I cut it with water or a little bit of sugar, sand, or some fillers or something, so I could bring the price down. It was real convenient and real fast, and I had a clever marketing pitch. Half price gas, right here, drive through. Would you come and get it?
It wouldn't work, your car wouldn't make it the next mile.
It might. It might sputter along a little bit. It might, you know, it might still start and run. If your car...
Only a car I didn't care about.
Only a car you didn't care about. Thank you for coming full circle with my point, Rich. That's exactly what my point is. You know, a car, I care a lot about cars because I don't want to have to pay for repairs and I don't want to have to buy a new one prematurely. But once again, that car could go away tomorrow and it's not going to affect my life. One of these vehicles, one of these houses, it's not replaceable. It's the most precious thing on the earth. So when we think fast food, we think those fast food restaurants, what can I grab and go? What's quick? I mean, you're essentially putting junk in the tank of a very, very sophisticated car. Now, like a car may sputter and spurt and start to wear out quicker when we put bad gas in it, our bodies do the same thing. We get these warning signs. We get aches and creaks and pains and headaches and, you know, skin issues going on. All kinds of different things become evident. So little, you know, arthritis, all these things are a product of what we're putting in a tank. There's a 108-year-old guy on YouTube, an African-American gentleman who is in unbelievable health. You look at him, you think he was 72 years old maybe. And his secret is he eats a big thing of raw blueberries every day, and he's primarily a vegetarian. So it's proof positive. I've got a cousin who's my mentor. He's 72 going on 42. I mean, the guy has the skin of, you know, a 20-year-old. It's absolutely incredible. So we're a product of what we put in our bodies. We are what we eat, right? Why is this box smiling? Because they make a lot of money off of us. This Happy Meal. Cleverly marketed. Oh, a toy. Ah, everybody's happy, right? Yeah, it's a picture of an apple. They started putting apples in here, but
Is it a real apple? You have to ask for it.
it's been heavily preserved. Because if I were to take one of these organic apples here and cut it in half, in the time we finish the program, what's going to happen to those two halves?
Brown.
It's going to turn brown. All right, I'm going to do something here. Don't you guys eat my food, but I want to pass this around real quick. So you don't want to touch it? Neither do I, but we're going to do it. So I've got a plain hamburger here. I've actually got a cheeseburger up here as well, so just pass it to the right. I'll pass that around that way. I want you guys to take a look at that. I want you to think about how old you think that is. Pull the bun off, look at the patty, see if there's any mold or anything in there. Pass it around.
Is it a month old?
We've got a cheeseburger up here as well. Cheeseburger, nice plain cheeseburger. There you go. Plain cheeseburger, anybody? Fast food? Let's see that. Go ahead and pass that around.
Still feel the grease on it.
Any guesses how old it is? Who thinks it's a day old? How about 2 days old? Any 2-day-olders? Week old? A week? Raise your hand if you think it's a week. Week? How about a month? Longer than a month. January 24th of this year, I purchased this, and here's my receipt attached to the bag to prove it. January 24th. I have a partner of mine up in Virginia that I used to do seminars with. She has a display that was 2 years old that looked just like that. So what would happen if we left this produce up here? What if we cut an apple in half and left it here for just 2 days, let alone 2 weeks or 2 months? What would happen? Molding, it rots. What is rot and what is mold anyway?
Bacteria start to eat at it and consume it.
Right, it's decomposers, it's bacteria that are decomposing that food. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, everything goes back to earth, right? So my question to you is, guys, if this is food, and I use the term lightly, if this is food and decomposers won't even eat this, there is not a speck of mold on here. Everybody would concur with that? If mold won't eat this, then why in the heck would we? Right? Just want you to ponder that for a second. My opinion, fast food can be absolutely healthy, nutritious, and delicious, and I'm going to prove that today. So when I tell people I'm a fast food junkie, I actually shot about 12 commercials with Matthew Bonazzoli for different fruits and vegetables, proving that health foods can be fast foods as well. So I'm going to show you a little display here. I went shopping last night at Publix at 8 o'clock. This is all this food laid out on my countertop at home. Had a couple of criteria for fast food meals. Passing out a sheet here that shows my shopping list last night. And I've only got 2 copies of this, but I want to pass around this receipt so you guys will know that I'm accurate and I'm shooting you straight. So this is pretty typical of how Leah and I shop on a regular basis. So my criteria for a fast food meal is that it has to be a fist-sized portion or smaller. It has to be easy and fast. It has to be on the dollar menu. So it has to cost about $1 or ideally less. And most importantly, it has to be delicious and nutritious. Okay? So we're going to talk about some fast foods today. Asparagus is on the top of my list. Now, I'll buy a bunch of asparagus. I happen to buy 1.05 pounds of asparagus. Here it is. What I'll do is I'll take it while it's in the tray and I'll cut along the bottom, cut that white part off, and I'll cut it at like a 45-degree angle. I'll put some spring water in a Tupperware container, stick it in the fridge. This is my grab-and-go snack. When I go to a refrigerator, I'll just grab a stalk, eat it right out. Absolutely, positively delicious and nutritious. I like it by itself. You could dip a little hummus or something, a little balsamic or something on it as well. So I can get about 3 snack meals out of this. And a snack meal is, we're going to talk in more detail later, but we're supposed to eat about 6 to 8 times a day. Very small, easily digested meal. So if you want to get your metabolism going, if you want to get your energy level up, if you want to lose weight, start eating more throughout the day, more often, smaller quantities at each setting. It keeps your metabolism going because your body's like, wow, we got to process this because we got more coming in another hour. If you go long periods of time without eating, your body goes into storage mode and it tends to store everything because it doesn't know when its next meal is coming. So we count this as about 3 snack meals that I'll get out of that. Strawberries. Now, I bought these organically. Not everything is on the list is organic. About half of it is organic. Remember we had the Dirty Dozen last week? Strawberries are on the Dirty Dozen list, so that's definitely something that you want to buy organically. Now, this was 2 for $5, $2.50 for 1 pound. Once again, I'll get about 3 snack meals out of this container right here. So my price per meal on the strawberries comes out to 83 cents per meal. Does that fit the dollar menu?
Yep.
Absolutely. Tomatoes. Love tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of my favorite. I love to pop these little cherry tomatoes. Once again, you can dip these in a little bit of balsamic or, typically an oil and vinegar, olive oil, something, instead of a ranch, which is not so healthy. Yes, Josh?
Question, generally when you're having one of these snack meals, like will you eat like a whole just handful of strawberries or do you kind of mix it up a little bit?
It depends. Sometimes I'll just have a craving, I'll just eat strawberries. Sometimes I'll eat some strawberries, some grapes, and some cherries, just a couple of each. So, variety is kind of the spice of life. But for simplicity and explanation today, let's just assume that I'm just going to eat, this for a quick meal. So this little container here is a pint. Leah and I can sit down and get 2 snack meals out of this. Now, let's be clear. I'm not telling you guys to just eat like this, okay? I'm not saying that you got to go and you got to shop just like this and eat just like this. But if you did, you would probably notice that your metabolism, your appetite, your skin, your hair, and a whole lot of things will change. Now, you can eat like this, these fast food meals, throughout the day, easy grab and go, and still have a regular lunch. Have a nice salad, have a piece of fish. For dinner, have a small portion of pasta, have a very small portion of grass-fed, organic, free-range meat. But eating like this throughout the day is going to help to curb that ravenous appetite that so many of us get because we're caught in a hunger cycle because we're eating these hollow foods all the time. So, I was in the store, by the way, for about a half an hour. That's all it took me to shop. Came home, put it away, and brought it in and set it up today quickly. Carrot chips, organic carrot chips. I absolutely love carrot chips. Once again, a little bit of hummus, baba ganoush, all kinds of different dips. I even dip guacamole in my carrot chips sometimes. $2.99 for this 1-pound bag. 3 snack-size meals, actually more. I could probably get 4 or 5 out of here, but I was being conservative with the 3. So that comes out to 99 cents per meal. Does that fit the dollar menu? Okay. All right, grapefruit. Oh, I absolutely positively love the grapefruit. So actually I had a really good benefit this year. I have a very good friend who has a grapefruit tree in his backyard, so I was able to get grapefruits for next to nothing for a while. But these were 89 cents a piece. I got 2 of them, so 89 cents per meal. Cut this thing in half, it's easy, scoop it right out, and this fits the quantity of a fist-sized portion. Excellent fast food meal. Anybody know what this sucker is? Pomelo. It's kind of like a cross between a grapefruit, an orange, and a little bit of a lemon. But this was one of the more expensive meals. This was $1.56 a pound. This thing weighed about 1.7 pounds. You cut this in half, wrap the other half in saran wrap, put it in the fridge. You can get 2 meals out of this, a great breakfast on the go. You can take it with you. It comes in its own bowl. Just scoop it right out. So this priced about $1.32 a meal. Cucumbers, Leah's favorite food. Love cucumbers. We snack on cucumbers. We'll put a little balsamic drizzle on them, a little bit of raw salt, a little bit of crushed pepper on here. Cut this cucumber in half. Her and I will slice it up, share it. I even put cucumber slices in my water to give it a little bit of flavor sometimes. So these were very economical. I got 2 for $1.49. Cut it in half. That's 4 meals, 37 cents per meal. Does that fit the bill for a fast food? Absolutely. A Fuji apple. Let's see. The Fuji is the largest one. This was $2.69 a pound. Apples are on the Dirty Dozen list, so we bought these organically. This weighed 0.61 pounds. 1 meal. I love eating apple. That's a staple in my diet almost every single day. $1.64 for this organic apple, 1 meal. The beauty is you can buy a whole bag of those. You make 1 trip to the store, you got a bag of 7 or 8 apples that last you through the whole week. Nothing's faster than going to the fridge, opening up the tray, pulling out the apple, you throw it in your bag, you take it to work, you got a meal. You don't have to leave, you don't have to go get fast food, you don't have to make another purchase transaction somewhere else. Ambrosia apple, also very, very delicious. This apple, $2.69 a pound. It was bought organically. It weighs 0.4 pounds. Comes out to $1.08 for 1 fast food meal. The Gala apple, also organic, $2.69 a pound, 0.55 pounds, one meal, $1.48. Oranges, absolutely positively love oranges. Thank God we live in Florida. This was $1.29 a pound, 1.4 pounds. I got 2 of them for 2 different meals, 91 cents a meal. Bananas. Eat a banana every single day as well. It's one of my staples. It's no coincidence that there's 7 bananas on this bunch. So this to me is 1 meal each day for an entire week. These were 69 cents a pound. Usually I buy them organic, but Publix didn't have organic ones last night. So that's 3.28 pounds divided by 7 meals comes out to 32 cents per meal. Fast, delicious, and on the dollar menu. By the way, Publix is not the cheapest option, but I wanted to shop at a store that most people shop at that's very accessible. You can get, companies like the produce delivery service, Front Porch Pickings that came here. There's co-ops you can subscribe to. There's Access to Organics and Loves. So you have different options you can shop around for. Cantaloupe, $2. It was 2 for $4. I bought 1. So this is 2 meals. What Leah and I will do is we'll cut this in half. We'll scoop out the seeds. Now it's slightly larger than my fist, but the whole inside of it is hollow once you scoop out the seeds. And melons are about 97% water. It's the most water-rich food that you can eat. So I count a half of that as 1 meal that fits the criteria, and that's $1 a meal. So once again, it fits the criteria. Sweet potato, Stillman, I know this is one of your favorite foods, right?
Yep.
I see you eat these all the time. This was bought organically, $1.69 a pound. It weighs 0.66 pounds. Count this as 1 meal, $1.12. Let's see, mango. Love, love, love mangoes. Once again, another product of Florida. There's a trick to slicing the mango. What you do is you look at it long ways at the spine, and you run your knife right down the side and you slice off the cheek, and you're going to leave a gap about 2 finger widths, depending on the size of the mango, about 2 finger widths, and then slice off the other cheek, and then the piece that you have left in the middle has the pit on it. I'll take a knife blade and just slide it right underneath the skin, and I'll turn the mango in my hand and zip that skin off, grab it by the pit, gnaw around the pit. Then I've got 2 cheeks. I'll take each cheek and I'll score it with a knife, and then you can flip it open from the inside, and it makes these perfect little cubes that you can just pick right off and eat. Yeah, that's a good point. I will do that. So the mango, also one of the more expensive meals. I count this as 1 meal, although it is very shareable. You got 2 cheeks. $1.99 for 1, so 1 meal, $1.99. Bartlett pear season. I love pears. $1.29 a pound. This weighs about 1/2 pound, so we're looking at 71 cents for that meal. Kiwi fruit. One of these kiwis has as much potassium as a banana. They were 2 for $1, so 50 cents a meal. These plums, also very, very delicious, $1.49 a pound. I bought 3 of them. They're small, but I'm telling you, these things will pack a punch energy-wise. This will absolutely satisfy and carry for an hour or 2. So this comes out to 30 cents a meal, very economical. And my favorite food of all times, avocados. I cannot do without them. I eat one every single day. These were 2 for $3, so $1.50 a piece for a very nutritious meal. All your essential oils, all your essential healthy fatty acids. Because healthy fats are very essential. Our brain is made up of fat. Our organs are insulated with fat. We need fat in our diet, and this is a great source of healthy fats. Stacy Remington here wrote an excellent article in the DME Benefitness newsletter. Was it last week it went out, I think?
Yeah.
That was all about healthy fats, and she cited the avocado in there. So there's also a trick to eating this. What I'll do is I'll put it long ways. I'll put a knife blade into it, and I'll just turn the avocado around the knife blade, and it rotates around the pit. You grab it, you twist it, you pull it apart, you hold the part with the pit in your hand, make sure your fingers are clear, and you just smack the pit with a knife blade, just enough so it goes in like a centimeter or 2, and then you twist it, it frees the pit, knock the pit out, then you take and you just score the inside with a knife. You run it through, but not far enough to go through the skin. And then you can take a little bit of olive oil or balsamic, some raw salt, put it on there, and literally eat it right out of the skin. This is probably one of my favorite fast foods. Oh, and I do have a video for the avocado on my YouTube channel. Haven't done the mango one yet. So once again, I'm not saying to only eat like this, but the beauty of this is that I got a total of 43 meals divided by 7 days is 6 meals a day. Total price, as you saw on the receipt, was $35, comes out to $5.11 per day. The Happy Meal was $3.39, and there is more nutrition in one avocado than probably 20 of those Happy Meals. And an avocado, you leave that sitting on your counter for an hour or two and come back, and you're gonna see some decomposition. Why does it decompose so fast? Because it's so nutrient dense. Those bacteria that mold in the air is like, wow, I want that. Passes right over the Happy Meal. So comes out to an average price of 85 cents per day. Took me 30 minutes to buy all of that, 43 meals, easy grab stuff that you can easily take with you anywhere you're going.